Hello, everybody, and welcome to 321 Sportscast, another edition of the Summer Series 2024. In studio today from Merritt Island, I got Liam Miller with me. How you doing, Liam?
I'm doing good.
Good to see you, man. I appreciate you taking a little bit of time to come.
No problem.
And Liam's a baseball player for the Mustangs. Man, y'all had a pretty good run last year. Fell a little short. Tell us some brief about the season, man. How did that feel?
It feels good. You know, it always feels good when you're able to win 20-plus games and make it past what people expect you to make it past. I think we had a good run. I'm looking forward to next year. I think we're going to play and exceed expectations again and make it back to the state championship.
I'd like to see in high school they go to a best 2 out of 3 series in the playoffs when you get that deep, because I believe that in baseball, one game can't determine who's the better team, right? In my opinion, what do you think about going to a best 2 out of 3?
That sounds great. I actually, at the beginning of the year, I was thinking about that, and I'm like, you know, we could be the better team, and we could have an off night, and we deserve to win.
Well, it's the thing. Sometimes you just have an off night swinging the bat, or you go against a pitcher that just has his best night ever, but it is what it is. We'll see. How long have you been playing baseball for?
I've been playing baseball since I feel like before I could walk, or when I was able to walk.
You're on your back, like swinging back.
Yeah, I was just crawling around with a bat in my hand. Yeah, I've loved baseball. I always watch baseball, have it on at night all the time. Big Braves fan, but you know, I don't like the Phillies or anybody else. I'm a big competitor.
Okay, who got you into baseball?
My dad.
Was he a baseball player?
He was a baseball player.
Taught you a few things.
Yeah.
What are some strengths about your game? Tell us a little bit about your game. What's one of your strong points?
Swinging the bat. Just go up there very aggressive and always looking to get a hit. You know?
Okay. What's one of your weaknesses? Do you have any weaknesses?
My speed. I'm not a fast guy. People make fun of me for it, and I just embrace that I'm not a fast guy. So, you know, I'm not stealing bases out there. I'm trying to hit a double, though, so I don't have to steal base.
So you're a third baseman. You're playing the hot corner.
Yes.
As a freshman last year, too, you started most every game, right?
29 of 30.
Okay. What is it about playing third base that you embrace? Because it's an important position on that team, and it's probably one of the hardest positions to play. Balls are coming at you 130 miles an hour. What's it about third base that you like?
I like at third base that, you know, a lot of people at shortstop, second base, they get routine plays. We get balls hit at us 100 miles an hour, really hard shots at us. We got to lay out occasionally, and those are the fun plays. You know, you always talk about making the routine plays, but the fun plays are the ones that you enjoy playing, and those diving balls are the fun ones.
You also got to have a cannon. How's your arm on a scale of 1 to 10? If I'm the other team and I'm watching you pregame, are you letting it go?
During IO, I'm always trying to throw it as hard as I can. I just want to show I can throw the ball hard, and I like to when my arm's not sore.
Does it feel real good when you get one deep down the line? The guy thinks he hit a good one, and boom, you just throw him out from across the diamond?
Yes, it does, actually. You don't see those that much. I like the ones where I got to come through the ball, a little dribbler. You think you might have a base hit out of it. I like to get you on that one.
Okay. You know a guy named Ken Caminiti by any chance? Old school?
No.
Look up that name. Ken Caminiti, Houston Astros, probably the best arm in the history of baseball. Any position, Ken Caminiti threw the ball like 120. Those people, a lot of y'all, if you're baseball fans, you know Ken Caminiti. Who's your favorite team? I think you just mentioned it, but tell us again.
The Atlanta Braves.
The Braves. Always winning, always winning. What is it about the Braves you like? Have you been a fan your whole life, or did you jump on the bandwagon somewhere down the road?
No, I'm not a bandwagon. My mom, she went to school in Atlanta. She went to Emory.
Okay.
So she's always been a Braves fan. She likes watching the Braves. I like watching the Braves. We used to always go to Disney when they were at Disney. The one thing I have to say about the Braves that I like is I like that they smile when they're playing.
Okay.
It's something that people probably don't notice. But Acuna, Albies, Ozuna, Arcia, they're the guys that you look at in the dugout and you say, I wish I was playing with them.
Yeah, do you think that comes from management and executive levels down, where they take the pressure off them and say, look, just like you're a kid, enjoy this game. It's hard to play when you feel too much pressure. For
sure. I feel like those guys just enjoy the game. There's no matter what the moment is, whether it's the NL East division title race or it's the World Series run, they're always having fun.
Man, you got me wanting to go home tonight and put on the Braves game so that I can kind of see. Once they're all going to be smiling and high-fiving and dancing.
They're on tomorrow. They're playing the Yankees.
I'm going to have to check that out. What's your favorite college team?
The Florida Gators.
Are they in the tournament anymore?
It's a tough one. Texas A&M's a good team.
Sorry, Gator fans. Wah, wah, wah. They're good, though. They'll be back. They're always up there, right?
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite player?
I do. I'm going to change it from what I told you earlier. I'm going Austin Riley.
Austin Riley, and you were with Michael Harris. So Michael Harris, man, you dropped. He's number 2 still, though, right?
Yeah, he's number 2.
Okay. You also play soccer. You're playing for Merritt Island, right?
Yes, sir.
Soccer's a big sport at Merritt Island. They always do very well. Big shout out to Jason Cope. That's my boy. How long you been playing soccer for?
Since I was like 5 years old.
Okay.
Soccer's always been second to baseball. I just like playing baseball that much more.
So you like baseball better than soccer?
Oh, yeah.
But
I would sometimes back in the day I would skip, well, when I was younger, and I would not always want to go to soccer, so I would get on my bike and I would grab a baseball bat and a backpack full of balls and I would go hit off the tee.
Well, there you go, Coach.
Field.
Coaches, if he's not at practice, you know where he's at. Well, let's talk about soccer real quick. Merritt Island has a big track record of success, state championships. How's the team going to look this year?
We're gonna bounce back. We had the last couple of years we haven't had great success, but I think this year is our year to get back to what Merritt Island soccer is all about.
Now, back to baseball. You guys lost 11 seniors off that Merritt Island team. They went pretty deep. That's a lot of seniors. You got some young guys that are going to step in and pick up the pieces, but you also got to find that new wave of leadership, right? Got some guys that are going to carry that torch?
Yes. I think from my perspective, this is a year where I determine if I'm going to be a leader or not, and I'm going to show what Merritt Island baseball is about, and I'm going to make sure that everyone in our program is going to
Best way to show leadership is work ethic. A lot of people think it's here, but it's really your work ethic and your performances in the games. You want to play college ball?
Yes.
What college would you like to play for if you're able to play?
North Carolina.
Tar Heels. You want to wear that baby? Is it baby blue? Okay.
Yes.
They always have a good. How did they finish this year? They were up there in the top.
They
8,
were in
weren't
the College World Series. Vance Honeycutt, very good player.
Is there a pivotal moment in your career so far that you remember as just something that changed your mindset and has launched you into becoming the player you are today?
Yes. Harmony, game number 3 of the year. Very big game for us. The second one of a playoff team that went very far.
Okay.
I went 3 for 4 that game, and it got my confidence up to a level where I know I deserve to be on the field with everyone.
Well, you said the game before that you had a very not so good game, and it kind of got to you a little bit, and you had to figure out how to bounce back, and that Harmony game was the one that you bounced back in, right?
Yeah. Cocoa Beach really had me that day.
Well, I've always said baseball is the most mentally challenging sport there is. There's nothing that even compares to it.
Yeah.
Because you're going to have so many down. Everyone's going to have slumps from the best players in the major leagues, and it's really about how do you deal with those slumps. Basketball, you could have an off-night shooting, but baseball, you could have 15 bad games in a row and still got to fight and battle to get to that 35% success rate, which is pretty darn good. What would you like to study in college when you go? Or have you thought about that? You're still young, so I don't mean to hit you with all these. I keep thinking you're like a 20-year-old, but you're still 15?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm 15.
Okay.
I think I'm going to try and study communications. I like analyzing games. I play MLB The Show and stuff like that, and I like to play franchise mode and make sure my players are doing a good job, or if they're not doing a good job, I got to get rid of them.
Gotcha. How do you stack up in MLB? Are you one of the better players against your friends or your?
People don't like playing against me. I'm one of those guys who plays the game how throwback way. I like to bunt.
Okay.
I like to steal a lot of bases.
What team do you use? The Braves?
I like the Orioles when I'm playing MLB The Show.
Okay.
I beat my dad one time. I was playing with the A's, and they had back when they had AJ Puck on their team, a reliever now for the Marlins, and I just threw fastballs and I beat him.
Oh, there you go. Now we were talking about hobbies, and you mentioned one of your favorite hobbies is going to Grandma's house.
For sure.
Tell us about Grandma's house.
It's awesome. She usually has some type of food out. She's always cooking, which is actually good for me now because I started taking a culinary class. Shout out to Miss Barnhill. And I always want to cook now. And my parents don't let me cook dinner because like that's dinner and they want it to be good. But when I go over to my grandma's house, it's like experimenting. Like we always making cookies and they don't have to turn out good because my food never turns out good. or like it's supposed to be, but I think it tastes pretty good though.
Does grandma spoil you too? Is that part of it?
We're always going
Birthdays,
always going out
Christmas.
to lunch. Whenever I go over to her house, she always has a new restaurant for us to try.
Oh man, that's awesome. I love grandma stories. Shout out to grandma, right? What have you been doing over the summer to prepare yourself to become a better baseball player for the upcoming season, and also to start preparing for college one day? What are you doing to prepare?
I'm playing travel ball, obviously.
Who do you play for?
The Canes.
Okay.
And the thing that I'm preparing for this high school season is to stay consistent. I had some struggles. Obviously, it's baseball, but those struggles, I think, if I improve on, I think we're going to be better than what people think we are. And if I improve on my struggles, I think we're doing a pretty good job.
And the expectation, obviously, for Merritt Island, you're hoping to win the regional this year and maybe even advance to the state championship game.
Yes, actually, I think we make it back to that state tournament. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's the Merritt Island level of baseball. We have a 1999 team that's won it and a 2000 team. I want it to be 2025 out there on the scoreboard.
Yeah. Well, aside from those two teams, I know you're young, but Merritt Island baseball is like a way of life. Since I was a kid, it's like, oh, Merritt Island baseball. It's like, what do they do? Just start learning baseball when they're born over there? Baseball and fishing.
That's what it feels like.
Who's the team to beat in Brevard? Like, who would you consider to be that top tier team aside from y'all that everybody's shooting for?
Rockledge.
Rockledge Rays, they're always pretty good.
I don't like Rockledge. Nobody at Merritt Island likes Rockledge.
Ooh, shots heard.
No. But
that's not a hit. Everyone knows Merritt Island Rockledge don't.
They were one of the teams that beat us last year, and I just don't like losing. So if I gotta pick a team that I lost to that it hurt the most, it was Rockledge, and that's the team to beat.
Okay, it's gonna be a good game to be at. It always is.
Yeah.
Pros are going to be there. Have the radar guns out there. Lots of scouts.
There's a lot of people there this year.
Do you get nervous playing in front of big crowds? Being the freshman, he's only a freshman. So was there any nerves last year?
There were nerves last year. I don't know if those nerves were like good nerves or bad nerves. I don't think they were neutral. Let's say for that game.
And sometimes nerves are what brings the best out of you, right?
Yeah.
All right, Liam. Anybody you want to give a shout out to that's been in your corner, kind of helping you along the way? Any family members or coaches or anybody?
My mom, she throws BP to me sometimes.
What?
Yeah.
Shout out to mom. You throwing BP.
She doesn't throw very hard, so she teaches me my opposite side approach, and it's key in baseball nowadays.
Yeah.
When you see breaking balls or you see slow fastballs and stuff like that, you got to wait back on it. She helps me with it.
Now, what about the Canes? I don't know much about the Canes, but I know they're a big organization that does some really good things. Are you traveling nationally or in the state of Florida?
We're traveling to Alabama tomorrow, and in a couple weeks we're traveling to Atlanta.
That's got to be fun. You going to catch a Braves game while you're up there?
I think so. Well, it's during the All-Star break.
Oh, okay. Well, you won't be catching a Braves game.
Maybe.
All right.
They play the Cardinals when they come back.
Well, Liam, I appreciate you taking the time to come by today and it's a pleasure. We've talked a lot. I could talk baseball all day, man. So looking forward to watching you and following you this season. Hopefully you'll have a dominating season and put your name up there on that radar for recruiting and all that good stuff. And enjoy it, though. Goes by fast, man. So make sure you're smiling, having fun. The play will take care of itself, okay?
All right.
All right, y'all. So for Liam Miller of the Merritt Island Mustang baseball team, my name is Tracy with 321 Sportscast. Have a good day.